June 5th, the start of our bike pack from Bengough to Ogema, and we are at the town hall loading up the bikes. Just about ready to head out. Plus 19. I now understand why they call it the Big Muddy. Oh my word. They got 4/10 of an inch of rain, or 10 millimeters of rain last night, and we are in the bottom of this soggy stuff. Looks like we got 7 kilometers to go. Oh dear. All right, a little bit of wind out here. The 50 millimeter wide tire trick with the extra couple millimeters of mud that's been packed on it has now been mostly shed, and we're rolling along pretty good. I'm just following Paul and Terry up ahead there. It gets better. Our luck has changed. It's a lot drier here. It's a good coating of stone on there for traction. Okay, we got to get the right gearing here. Oh boy. I'm committed now. Whoa. All right, we're okay. We got the gravel skinny going. I did that the last time, wasn't sure about it. Let's go over here. Here we were. We got a tailwind. We're going up there. Of course it looks much less steep on the GoPro, but that's probably a 12% grade.
It's just a technical grade.
With the wind at our backs, we escaped the mud. Up we go. Woo! I've already managed to go off into the mud. Holy moly. That hill is way more than what it looks on the GoPro. Short but steep. Nice little coasting downhill. A few rocks on the road. Cattle are running down the range over there. Get a nice even road. Woohoo! The bulls and the cow-calf pairs are separated out. Another pump jack and oil battery in the distance. More rolling hill terrain out here in the Big Muddy. I just finished pumping up my tire, had a little bit of a slow leak on the rear. Noticed on our climb that was a long straight path of road. Just rolling hills. Seems to be holding all right. And here we go. Can really rip down here. 47, 50 kilometers an hour. 52 kilometers an hour, 54 kilometers per hour. You don't even need to pedal on these rollers. This is so awesome. Lots of oil out here, cattle, big ranch. We can't see, but there's a flash of white out there. There's an antelope that's just decided to run along with us. He was going the other way, he turned around to run, and then he ran back towards us. And those things can just efficiently rip down the countryside. So an update on the slow leak. I had to pump it up again, so I decided we needed some sealant in there. So then I had to figure out where my valve core remover was, but the valve core remover is actually on my little multi-tool, so that was good. Put some stands in, pumped it up again, seems to be holding. So we'll check it out and see, make sure that it's holding there, and we're continuing on the ride. It's all rolling hills out here. I guess we are southeast of Ogema. There's a cool dirt road. We just saw some mule deer and a big We are a little bit better than 80 kilometers in now, and we are ripping down this nice dirt road. And unlike Saskatchewan traditions, we have some curves in our road, which is very unusual for Saskatchewan. Getting a nice little bit of a gravity descent there, 45 kilometers an hour. My stands plug, sorry, not plug, my stand sealant is holding up quite nicely. We had that flat, was trying to pump it up, was losing it. So the second time I stopped, I just unscrewed the valve core. Luckily the Cannondale tool had the valve core remover on it. Put the stands in and away we go. So, very unusual for Saskatchewan out here with the lakes, curvy roads, the dirt roads. This is awesome out here. About 20k away from Ogema. We'll see if we make it there for pizza. Got the adventure tires on today. Terry was looking for an old road. I think this qualifies as one of those old road trails. Wow. I don't know if you can see the valley up there. 15% grade. We got the cows coming to watch us. We're climbing way up. Woo! Hey there, animals. Holy moly. That's a steep one. At the end of the day, kind of adds a little bit of sting in the legs. And we got our little cheering crew without the cowbell here. All right, the elevation just got real. We got 778 meters of climbing in. We're at 96.5 kilometers, but I was short a mile earlier on, so we're probably at about 98k. You can see the town of Ogema buildings over there. I saw a bright flash of light when Terry was turning around here. I think he maybe hit a soft spot and fell over. You had a crash! First crash of the trip!
I tried to turn it on loose gravel.
Yeah!
Oh, and all of a sudden, bam! It's like really soft.
I saw a big flash of light over here. Right over here, it looks like. So we're not going to make it for the grocery store or the pizza place, but we are going to get to the barbecue shop. Oh, there's some.
When we got to Ogema, we saw the water tower in the Ogema Regional Park, and then we got some barbecue at Bud's Barbecue. We saw the fire hall, and then the fire wall, as well as the train station, and a nice little sunset picture from the park.
Ogema to Willowbunch, day 2 of the Big Money Bike Pack, and there's some big storm warnings today, but we should be all right. The sun has come out, shining favorably upon us. We're not going to be on the highway long. Wow. This is just leaving Ogema, and there's lots of storm warnings. Probably that thing might build up. We are on the gravel, we're going against the wind, and there's a little bit of rain spots. I think we wouldn't call this rain, probably just a little spit and shower. So we're trying to get up ahead of that cloud, being a little bit stubborn. We don't want to stop and put on our coats. Well, as you can see now, starting to come down a little bit more. I've stopped, I put on my coat, and just resigned that it's going to be a little damp for a while. So we're going to carry on, see how far we can go. Not only is it raining, but those are hailstones down there. They're pretty big, and they really hurt. They hurt the sunburn. There's a car coming up. Just like that, we're flying along, and it's dry again. That system seems to have dissipated, and that's the one of concern up ahead. But it's dry, and we're making good time, so on our way. Well, the cows are taking a look at us. Oh, easy girls, easy girls. Oh, no. Easy cattle. Easy girl, easy girl. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, there's a good sheltering spot if we got caught. Onto the dirt roads here in the Big Muddy. There's some ducks, some more cattle. We're just questioning the gravel there. Well, the lack of gravel, because it's a little damp out here. Not bad yet, but just like that, this road is completely dried right out. We are good again. Like, tires are cleaned off. We've got the blue sky up there. We're just rolling along, and we're making good time. Got maybe 55 kilometers to get to Willowbunch. We've been doing about 1% average elevation so far. Lots of rolling hills, so it's up and down, but a little correction jog along the Red Coat Trail. A little bit of a construction site. We got a dozer, a rock truck, and a track hoe. Nice little sweeping hilly road. A little bit of a climb up as we're going here. We have beaten that storm. Got nothing but blue sky and dry gravel roads. Changed up our water bottle situation. And now it's time for a snack. Thanks, Mom. She brought this back from the Netherlands. She was on a Trek bike travel trip, and I don't know how you say this one. Granola reap, met pinde en amandel, blauwbas. Some Canada geese on the other side of the field with the Quonset in the background.
You got no little ones, right? That I can see.
Don't see any goslings. Beautiful scenery out here in the Big Muddy. We are northwest of Willowbunch right now. Put this camera away because it looks like we're dipping down right away here. Oh boy. There we go. On to the dirt. This is awesome. Good little bikepacking trip. Railroad track crossing. This could be a little bumpy. Whoa! I'm gonna do this kind of slowly. The crossing's a little bumpy, Paul. Yeah. Pretty steep little valley. These parts. Some ruts too. Steady, hopefully not too much. Try and steady that. Holy, you don't want to catch those guys. Having a hard time here. Back tire slide. Yeah, we'll just hold it up here and let the brakes go. There's Terry up around the corner already. He's a little ways ahead. I guess that's where we're going around. And then we got to go up and cross these railroad tracks. So, on our way into Verwood. We just stopped to lube up the chain, and here we are going past the pulse plant. And we got 4 kilometers until the next climb. There is a lot of stuff happening here in, what's the name of this place? I don't know. Veerman? Gonna have to get back to the map here as we're looking up the name of the town. There's a lot of stuff going on. It is called Verwood. Verwood. Look at all those pallets and shipping containers. Wow. Yeah, so apparently this is where the railroad goes from Ogema, Verwood, and Pangman. Yeah. All right. The herd is coming in here. They heard Paul wrapping his cherries around the bar, and the Cliff Bar here. They were looking for a snack. At first they weren't sure about us, but these ones are swimming. I heard there's a cattle race up the hill, so they're coming along for us. We're right up the ride, and they're all following us. There we go, a nice little descent into the valley. We're gonna watch for crosswinds as we come down to the bottom of this. We're now heading south, and we are west of Willowbunch Lake. Every now and then we get a little mechanical, and Terry's got a problem with his derailleur. There we go.
Done. Easy.
And he's fixed before I can turn around. Nice work. Ian Lewis Legary and Edward Beaupre, home of the giant Willowbunch. So what we're doing here is we are looking for the grocery store, and we have found a grocery store. Willowbunch Fine Foods, Credit Union, and the Treasure Chest. Climbing up to our campground after we resupplied, and got a ham salad sandwich with a Big Turk and Dr. Pepper Freezy and a can of Coke. And it looks like we got 100 meters of elevation gain to get up to our campsite in the last 1.6 kilometers. It's a good climb into the campground at 2 kilometer long at about a 5% average, but it's paved and not technical, and good condition road at the Legary Park just outside of Willowbunch. All right, so here is our campground at the Legary Regional Park. There's a little footpath over here just by our campsite. We were thinking maybe we'd just head up there in the morning, but it might be really steep. The Paul Blueborough Trail. And there's non-potable water here. And the showers, they're actually only cold water, so it doesn't work great. Huh, it's pretty bright light up there. So it's kind of interesting to shower. Beautiful washrooms. They got epoxied floors with all the flakes and whatnot. Just drying out my shoes and insoles up there. Good drainage. There's a culvert there. You can see we got Paul's tent over here. The power though is only 30 amp, and it's not really good for recharging things. I didn't bring my 30 amp to 50 amp adapter. Two-tiered campsite. So we're up here. Got my bike all washed up. A little bit of deadfall from the last storm. We got Terry's tent in here. Linsky's all washed up. Terry's getting the fire going. Little Helinox chairs, and there's my Spark tent. I'm really hoping that's not going to rain tonight and flood out that wash and come right through my tent, but it'll be alright. Little laundry bag to hang things up, and then there's Paul's tent there, and Paul went and found a neighbor that lent us their water jug, so we got water for the morning. Alright, day 3 of the Big Muddy bike packing trip. We are packing up out of the Legary Regional Park near Willowbunch. We had a 30-meter ascent up out of the campground, and now we're just floating down, going back to the town of Willowbunch. We're gonna pick up some water because the campground didn't have potable water. Ouch, bug just hit me. Once we get some water and a little bit of food, then we will head on out on a Highway 75. We've decided to take a little detour because we got a little bit of rain last night. There were some thunderstorms, and we figure if we get out to where the trail is, it's gonna be too muddy. Getting arrow! Highway 705, we are rolling along, and we have perfect road conditions, nicely packed, prairie pavement. Terry's giving a little draft, and we are out of Willowbunch. We managed to get some Twizzlers and Eat More bars and water, reverse osmosis water, because we couldn't get some at the campground. So we filled up our bottles. I got some iced coffee in my milk. Yeah, it's a good day. Terry had this beautiful road scoped out. We've been enjoying, you can see the downhill there. And I was flying down, did my super tuck, just climbed up. It's a lot steeper than what that shows, but when he passed me, I could hear some clicking. I think that there's a small mechanical there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So Paul's holding his bike, they're getting it fixed up, and we'll be on our way. But Sess, We got a field repair. The cable had slipped.
Tight. I can't believe it.
So we have one more thing. Terry's rear derailleur cable there has slipped, so he's fixing that. Paul's lifting up the bike. But somewhere down this downhill, Paul lost a water bottle. So we're just looking for a white water bottle down here. I don't. Holy moly, it's a long ways up here. I believe that's the bottle up here. Wow. There's where they are. Way down in the bottom of the rollers there. Sky's looking like we could be getting some thunderstorms later today. We got to make it back to Bengough before we get some hail and rain. I washed my bike last night, so it's all nice and clean. Here is a little trek walk. There's the old Harp Tree School and some sand dunes in the ditch and some cattle. And our detour continues. Old coal mine drag line out there. Beautiful grid road 705. Hard packed. We've got some dust in the distance. We're going to be meeting some vehicles. Pretty steep valleys beside us, and it looks like we are descending into the Willowbunch Lake. We're at the far south side of it, and we got passed by some vehicles. They slowed right down, and away we go. There's the Willowbunch Lake in the distance. A little bit of dust. Gonna get hit by some crosswinds. There we are. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on. I heard Terry say he needed some salt, so they stopped. Got some salt out of the pack. Made a little call home here, and when we passed this road I said maybe we want to go north, but we could be really bad. But looks like we're gonna give it a try. Hopefully we don't crash here against the wind and the deep gravel. One-hander. Okay, I think we might stair step it a bit. It's a little rough.
A little detour to the stone house.
Oh yeah! Oh boy! All right. What's shaking there, TZ? Some licorice. Okay, another little detour, I guess. We are going to go up and check out the exterior of this stone house up here. But there's a lake in front of us. I think this is maybe the other end of Willowbunch Lake. But we'll go and check this place out. It looks kind of neat. Outside anyways. Some outbuildings. Oh, yeah. Look at the windows and the arches. Holy moly. There's a cedar shake off the roof. Oh, lath and plaster inside. Wow. Boy, there could be a lot of nails around here. Lots of cedar shakes everywhere. To do a little pumping action. Might have got into some of the nails out of the cedar shakes in this little yard here, and just had a small leak. I noticed his tire is a bit spongy, and I said, hey Terry, you gotta check your tire. And put it into the shade, and you got it all pumped up. We're all good to go now. 15K. We're gonna go find some food in Bengough. All right, here is our third or fourth detour, and we are on a sandy, gravelly goodness road, double track between the two sections of land. We just got a text from our friend Terry that says, you better bar down and get to Bengough. He said there's a big storm coming in at 4:30. So Paul checked the weather radar, and there's a big red blob, but we expect to be in Bengough in about 40 minutes to an hour. Yeah, we're dreaming of food in Bengough. So it's, whoa, birds just flew up there. We came up to our intersection, and that fence line was where I thought the road would go to the north. But we're not riding across a field for 2 miles. We're adventuring now, and I think up there is Bengough. I think you can see the buildings. Oh, this could be an awesome road. Yoo-hoo! Double track. Look at this. We thought it was going to be hot in these trees, but really there's just going to be a little bit of shade. Oh yeah, this is a really good road. Huge trees. Look at that. Yeah, there's the power lines. That's the road that we got to take. Here's the half-mile fence marker. Should be 800 meters and we're on the road. Here we are rolling into Bengough. Nice old tractor there. They do a music festival every year, 3rd week of July. Headwind, we beat the storm, but we struck out a little bit. We thought maybe we'd hit up the cafe in here. I think they're closed on Sunday. Then we thought we'd go to Ogema for the Italian place with the pizza. They're closed. We said Bud's Barbecue, and they're closed, so we're gonna go find something to eat. Here we are, back at Bengough. We parked at the town hall. We had permission to park here. The cafe is over there. They are indeed closed. I think we can go to the ice cream store. And we took a picture of this wagon over here and the sled when we left. And here's the Adams leaning wheel grader. What a neat little thing this is. And it's got like springs to adjust the blades. You can stand up here. It's a pretty cool machine. Here's the new gravel tires, so the 40s. And the 32s up front. Adams Leaning Wheel Grader Company. So that concludes our bike packing trip. Bengough, to Ogema, the Willowbunch, and back to Bengough. We're gonna load up, change, and go get some food. See you next time.